Okay.
Oh my goodness, we're alive.
So, DLC. I'm gonna show the secret ending. Hopefully. Can you hear me? Is it working? Oh my god. There you are. Oh my god, hi again. So the secret ending's kind of a pain to get. I don't know if I told you how to get it. But you literally have to play pretty much through the game 3 times without actually ever beating it. So like, the goal is you have to see all the CGs. Do you know what a CG is?
Are those just the girls, like, individual scenes, or?
Yeah. So CG stands for like character graphic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like the little, when you spend your day with them, it'll give you like that special picture of them, you know?
Yeah.
You have to see all of them in one playthrough. So to do that, you have to go up. You have to start at the beginning, pick a girl, pretty much make all your decisions around that girl so you see everything for that girl up until the point where it's the day of the festival and you're like talking to Monica. She's warning you about Sayori.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stop there and save the game. Then you have to load the previous game back to the first time you're writing a poem and then choose another girl. Do all her stuff, make a separate save for her, repeat the process until you've done all the girls and gotten all the pictures.
Gotcha.
And then you have to get to this point.
Where we are alone with Monica.
So we've like seen all this. So I'm hoping I got it and I'm not wasting my time here. Because I did exactly what I read that you're supposed to do. But you get a secret ending and then you get a special letter from Dan Salvato. It's nothing special, it's just like a thanks for playing my game kind of thing.
Well, it sounds special.
I never noticed like their eyes until like I was messing with this a couple weeks ago, but like their eyes are designed really weird. Like the pupils look like they got like wings growing out of them.
I guess.
Especially like if you look in her right eye, you can see like the little black things kind of going downward. And then it's like brown in the dead center with another little black pupil. They have really creepy eyes.
She's an anime girl.
At first, when I realized that, I was like, were they always brown in the middle? Kind of freaked me out. Because they look like the little snake eyes, too.
She's the snake! In Metaverse's boot.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know.
It's all just some game. Don't you know?
I know. Yes. I don't even think I have to do all this. I think at this point I can just go in and like delete her. But I want to like get to the point where you're doing the poem, you know?
Yeah.
And she gives you the poem just to be safe. I don't know if I have to see that or not. This part of the soundtrack like always freaks me out. Like,
Sounds like breathing. I wrote the best poem, Monica.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on it.
I picked lots of special words.
So I'm gonna kind of get to the point where like she stops talking for a minute and then she'll start talking again.
Mm-hmm.
So when she starts talking again, I'll exit the game. And then just to show like what happens, I'll start it back up. Because she talks about like how she feels like she's dead when I close the game. And
Oh.
it's kind of creepy. She's like, please don't do that.
I don't like that feeling.
Creepy eyes. Oh, I can do this also. So like if I hit skip here. Are you trying to fast forward? I'm not boring you, am I? Oh gosh, well there's nothing to fast forward to. It's just the two of us. Aside from that, time doesn't really exist here anymore. Here, I'll go ahead and turn that off for you. Here we go. You'll be a sweetheart and listen from now on, right? Thanks. Now where was I?
Rude.
So... okay. I will exit, yes. And then I'll start it back up. What just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop. Now that it's just the two of us, I guess that was wishful thinking. I don't know if you have any idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's going on, I'll love you forever. And, yeah, you do that a couple more times, and then she, like, figures out that it's you quitting the game, so she's like, please don't do that anymore. You do it again, and eventually she's just like, okay, I understand you gotta close the game sometimes. It's fine. So, we're gonna go to Files. We're gonna delete Monica. You're back. Oh, God! I kind of wish I had this on like the computer so I can mess with it. Yeah, I wonder what would happen if you copied her like onto a different file, deleted her on here to start this screen up, and then pasted her back.
I don't know.
I wonder if that would do anything.
Oh. We're in space. Nope. I don't know what happened, Monica.
Yeah.
She's awfully accusatory.
I'm really hoping we get it, because I spent a good like hour and a half on this. Trying to make sure I got all the right decisions. Because I think the idea is like, because once you start Act 2, it deletes all your saves. So I think when you go into Act 2 and have all those saves, it automatically unlocks your secret ending there.
That's not love.
The other thing that kind of has me confused on how they're going, like after watching the game theory stuff,
Yeah.
is like they never explain Sayori, because like she gets sentient at the end when she becomes president. It's like they explain all this stuff about Monica, and because she has this power, this is what she's doing. But like Sayori had that power too.
think I took it away.
Okay, so everything should still be going like normal. New game. We kind of got to get to the point of like where she's like reveals that she's sentient, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guess the meeting's over. Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Yeah, everybody likes me. Yay, I love you. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Make the best club ever. I really want to thank you. I mean, really happy you joined the club, everything. Let's see. It's actually something else. I wanted to... Yes, this is it. I wanted to thank you for spending so much time with us all. You worked so hard to make each and every one of us happy. You comforted us through our hard times, and you helped us all get along with each other. Do you get it, B? Because I'm president now, I understand everything. You really didn't want to miss a single thing in this game, did you? You saved and loaded so many times just to make sure you could spend time with everyone. Only someone who truly cares about the literature club would go that far. But all along, that's all I ever wanted. For everyone to be happy and care about each other. It's kind of sad, you know. After all you've done for us, there isn't much I can do for you in return. We've already reached the end of the game, so this is where we say goodbye. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to miss you, B. Come visit sometime, okay? We'll always be here for you. We all love you. That's it. She was like smiling and kind of teary-eyed at
Hi,
This game is not gonna make me cry. My eyes are burning a little bit, but it's not gonna happen.
She's just like, thank you, I know that you completed
Not really
it
any
and
good
worked
at
so
it,
hard.
like,
Sayori's
at
best
all.
girl.
But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it.
I wish you could skip this.
So yeah,
I like this.
I did too, but after watching it 6 times in a row trying to do all this stuff, I'm like,
Well,
okay.
now we get to see all the scenes colored on the credits.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
every day I imagine a future where I can be with you.
It's funny, in the credits it says music, Dan Salvato.
In my hand,
So I like to think this is Dan Salvato singing.
Love me and you. The ink flows down into a dark bottle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find
Thunder.
that special day?
Please don't knock the power out
It shouldn't. I mean,
before I get this note.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all?
Kevin Zhang and Kevin Adams.
the duality of Kevin.
Thengua Yang. I've seen her name a few times now.
They're
Does
big
my
part of
pen
this game, I
only
guess.
write bitter words for those who are dear to me?
Jesus!
If I take your is it love, if I set you free? reality. And in your reality, I don't know how to love you.
I've only had like 2 people in my life call me B.
My mom calls you
I'll
B
leave you
sometimes.
be.
Serenity Forge. There you go. To the special player who received the special ending, for years I have been enamored by the ability of visual novels and games in general to tell stories in ways not possible using traditional media. Doki Doki Literature Club is my love letter to that. Games are an interactive art. Some let you explore new worlds, some challenge your mind in brand new ways, some make you feel like a hero or a friend even when life is hard on you. Some games are just plain fun, and that's okay too. Everyone likes different kinds of games. People who enjoy dating sims may have a heightened empathy for fictional characters, or they might be experiencing feelings that life has not been kind enough to offer them. If they are enjoying themselves, then that's all that matters. That goes for shooting games, casual games, sandbox games, anything. Preferences are preferences, and our differences are the reason we have a thriving video game industry. My own favorite games have always been ones that challenge the status quo. Even if not a masterpiece, any game that attempts something wildly different may earn a special place in my heart. Anything that further pushes the limitless bounds of interactive media. I extend my gratitude to all those who have taken the time to achieve full completion. I hope you enjoyed playing it as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for being a part of my literature club. Love, Dan Salvato.
Oh, he loves us.
Yay, pictures.
We did. I say as if I had anything to do with this. I was present for some of it. Not the grinding.
No, he doesn't love you.
What are you? Why? How dare you come into this chat with such lies?
Achieve the special ending of the story. First concept sketch of the DDLC chibis used in the poem minigame.
Look at the babies. Oh my goodness.
Achieve the special ending of the story. A collection of each of the characters' original sketches before being outlined and colored in. Natsuki's head angle was changed to make her pose more natural and candid, rather than a striking model pose. As opposed to Yuri. No, we're not done with it. We got a ways to go. How come he missed all the good stuff? He like came in at the beginning when it was boring, and now he's here at the end when it's boring.
Listen, I guess I should pull up chat just to make sure. Okay. Yeah, he just said game. There was nothing else. No, now we have the plus.
Which is like really all I'm missing.
The plus bits.
I don't know if like the side stories have additional like choices you make and stuff.
I don't think so.
I hope not. I think we're doing Undertale next. If you want.
I don't know what else you had in mind.
I mean, I got a whole thing of games over there we can play. I just know you like Undertale, and I never played it.
I do like Undertale.
Side stories. So yeah, I got all these unlocked. When you and me played last, we only had these 2. So I went through and got all these. So trust. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters, viewing their special scenes in DDLC. I have definitely done that. Let's start it. This is kind of creepy. I'm kind of scared. That's new. Bake sale.
I want a cupcake.
Well, you're not allowed up the stairs.
Oh.
This is where Yuri died. Oh God.
What does that mean?
Bye.
No! Fine.
I can do Monica. I'm not going to do a special voice unless I have another character. Okay, everyone, the literature club's starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? Ugh, I missed debate club. Who knew it would be so difficult to start a new club? I like the new music. I didn't know they would add new music. I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monica's the only member of the literature club. Who's she talking to?
Herself.
Everyone take a seat.
Just wishful thinking.
In the days that have passed, all our efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?" Maybe nobody's into literature enough to pick it up over their other club interests. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision? But what kind of vision? Monica rests her head on her desk.
WandaVision.
Deep in thought. But before she realizes it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up with her. It's so quiet and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. School naps hit differently.
I wouldn't know. I slept once, and that's because I was dying.
I slept a couple times.
Just a couple?
I think this is Sayori.
Hello?
What? Suddenly, a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I never do this.
Is this the napping club? This gives me heavy-duty Stardew Valley vibes. 100%.
No, this is... Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the literature club, aka the napping club. This is the literature club.
Yay! I thought I got it wrong for a sec.
I'm super sorry. It was, like, so unprofessional of me to do that.
Don't apologize. I do that all the time.
Oh.
Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everybody?
Well, about that, this is everybody.
Really? Just you?
But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on it.
Hold on a sec. It's just you. That means I get to be vice president!
Oh, God. Wait, vice president? I don't even know your name. What are your qualifications?
Well, I'm better at napping than you.
Ooh,
Who are you?
The biggest burn in this game is like when you're talking to Yuri and Natsuki comes barging in, like yelling, and Yuri's like, "Why don't you just go look for coins under the vending machine or something?" I was like, "Dang, Yuri."
That really not the whole Natsuki telling her not to cut herself on the on all that edge. Maybe I should be president.
Now you're just making fun of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was your name?
Sayori.
Okay, Sayori, I'll delete you now.
Screw off. Hey, Sayori.
I've been trying really, really hard on this club. I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening not to be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this, can't you see?
She's so upset over there, and Sayori's just like, I'm
just,
hungry.
I just want to find other people who do too.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president.
I mean, I'm sure that Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she doesn't know much about Sayori. I'm sorry that this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few more members at least?
Well, no. I want to join now.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing, and you should be proud of it, you know? So let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so...
Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way. Just Monica.
Monica!
Just Monica.
That's such a cool name.
Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up.
But you're smiling.
Well, I didn't say it didn't work.
They're flirting.
Lesbians. Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it.
So what do we do first?
Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and come up with some new ideas to recruit club members.
I can do that.
Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission.
My mission is to make everyone happy.
Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it.
Hey, do you like hugs?
I guess so. Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug, then lets go. Some people just really use a hug sometimes.
Wow, you're stealing my thunder! Besides...
Sayori whispers loudly.
Hug energy is what keeps me at my best.
Hug energy? Monica laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people.
Yeah, me too.
I have to do this to be in character for Sayori for some reason.
The day passes and the time comes for the literature club, Monica and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive to the club room, but she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining. No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm here.
It's okay. Welcome back.
And...
Sayori spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto Monica's desk. Oh, what's this?
Me?
You.
Take my hand. Take my hand. Take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my steps so I can't look back at my footprint. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up. The more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward. Take me to your dreamland.
Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori?
Of course. Wait, no! That's the wrong side of the paper!
Oh, God. Huh?
I wasn't ready to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed.
Monica flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, so this is what you wanted to show me. But I'm curious now, do you write poetry often?
I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good at it as you are.
Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. Oh, really? I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I read it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid.
It sounds like a robot wrote it.
I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that.
Aw, you should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president.
I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. Who is this? This isn't Monica.
This is AI-free Monica.
You know, I can envision the club doing something like that.
Doing what?
You know, like sharing poems we write and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I would love that.
Monica feels like a completely different character.
It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? it's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident.
Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show you more of them in the future.
I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorm together?
My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster.
Her face. She's like actually worried about it. Like, wait a minute.
Oh God.
Sayori, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at this list. Make cupcakes?
I was hungry. But it's a good idea, isn't it?
Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have a chance to give people cupcakes?
You know, like when they come into the club. What if we said we had free cupcakes on the flyers?
I'm like kind of worried that would bring in the wrong kinds of people, you know?
Wrong kinds.
People would just come for the cupcakes and then leave.
Aw, nobody would do that. That would be mean.
But you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Sarah, you realize you're in high school, right? Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people reading books.
Well?
You got an AK? I don't think I'd get it.
Like going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. We tell them to check out the literature club.
Well, the problem with that is, like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we know if they're just reading for fun?
Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. You know, 2.
as compared to 0.
Well, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that. Like, Monica's so bad at this that, like, a member or somebody walked in and she was like, no, don't join yet. I'll let you know when you can join. Like, I don't think you want to join yet. I don't have any members. Let me get members and then you can join. I've been like, oh, yeah, you want to join?
I'm useful!
I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would we tell people when handing them out? I don't want to just be like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people.
What if you told them about the club activities and stuff?
Like what? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the future. We can bake cupcakes.
And read books!
We'll be the baking club. Okay, Zuri, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Holy crap, you've known her for like... You talked to her 5 minutes yesterday, and you talked to her for like 5 minutes now. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club?
Probably like, literature's stupid.
I'll kill you. I'm joining the anime.
I joined the anime club, just like MC. Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine.
Oh my god, references.
I'm gonna drag him here against his will.
So doesn't this like disprove
What do you mean?
MatPat's thing? About how Monica created the MC? Whenever she became sentient?
I don't know,
If
just...
we're referencing him here in a separate thing. Okay, what if I said that we like do group reading and discuss it together?
I would probably nap through that.
That's you, Sayori.
Yeah, that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. We really need to catch their interest, you know?
Ugh, this sucks. Why is this so hard?
Monica, don't be sad.
What are do you like about literature, Sayori?
Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like intimate.
Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self.
Be intimate with us!
Orgy. Okay, that's kind of...
I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh!
What? What is it?
I forgot all my things in my classroom! I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me.
Rushed? But weren't... never mind.
Were
You want to
you
get your
late?
stuff done?
I'll forget if I don't do it now.
Well, I'll wait for you then.
Okay, it'll only take a second.
Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her ideas on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart.
Right the way into his heart.
Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame.
Monica!
Ah! You startled me!
Sorry! But it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book.
Oh my god, in a school?
Let's hurry and recruit her.
Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework?
I could tell she was really into it.
I bet it's Yuri.
Wow. Plot twist.
Well, I guess we could take a look. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk, and the two depart the classroom, with Sayori leading the way. We walk into Yuri cutting herself.
Ah! This way!
You don't have to run. Sayori leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper.
See? In here.
Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book. I feel like a creep doing this.
You should go inside and talk to her.
Me?
You're the president, and I would probably scare her away.
Okay, fine, I'll do that.
You're right.
Monica takes a deep breath and timidly enters the classroom.
That was fast.
She rejected me. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Why? What happened?
Well, I entered the classroom, and she didn't even look up from her book, so I just kind of left the flyer on her desk and then walked out.
That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club.
I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the club room, Sayori feeling rather accomplished, and Monica is still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various different kinds of recruitment tactics from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than from where they began. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this?
Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself.
Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart? That's so cute!
No, I thought it was a little overdramatic.
But
That's what literature is. Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment.
you know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
What? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong.
Yeah, but...
Would you call yourself a perfectionist?
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head of how I want things to go, and it's like I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything,
So I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it exactly how we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So I'm just really afraid of deviating from that, the vision.
What's the vision?
It's... Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to...
Worship me.
Monica trails off.
Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper.
Right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you.
Monica returns Sayori's smile. Sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really gonna make this the best club ever.
Buy icons.
Sayori nods, and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner. I don't hear no air conditioner.
That's the air conditioner.
And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks a moment with a big yawn. Of course she does. Time to go home?
You tell me. You're the president.
In that case, today's meeting is officially over. We got nothing done. I look forward to tomorrow.
Me too.
Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go on ahead. I need a few minutes still.
Oh, I can wait.
That's alright. I just want some time alone.
In that case,
Sayori waves enthusiastically to Monica.
I'm waving. Good luck.
Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the classroom. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right about now. The club that I need the most? I don't get it. I just want to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that, because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. A person who's forced to be perfect. That was kind of weird. I didn't hit X there. Did that one automatically. Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have her homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems.
Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me. All for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're going to die, and you too. Beneath my feet a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinking roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland, the fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that is why I've decided I must become the flower.
What the... Wait. Sayori? Oh. That's kind of weird. I don't know why that got me, like, chills. We got a lot of stuff there.
We got some music.
I hope I don't get hit with copyright. It's probably just, like, whatever songs they play during that. Pictures!
You skipped them. There's something above that, too. Oh, the trust one.
Finish the side story, trust one.
It's like different art. compared to the...
Yeah.
Was this from your playthrough before?
I don't think so. I just went through the pictures right before you came in.
Ladybugs.
Maybe it's because I got the palms up here. Softly lit by the morning sun.
Beautiful.
Bootyful. Mail. I've Laster, OMG. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. Ha ha ha. It would get 404 in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, e.g. not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation? Oh, that's interesting.
Meta.
New side story? Oh, Trust Part 2. Do you want to do your insulin or whatever?
I mean, yeah, I need to... shoot up. I didn't do enough for dinner, and I feel it.
You can go knock it out.
Okay. You sound like an old person when I stand up. Tastes like chicken.
Well, Monica's still gone.
Oh, because you didn't reset. God, that's 100% Stardew Valley. Reminds me of spring or summer in Stardew Valley.
Part 2. Yes. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself become the center of attention? Sayori is going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? The whole time I didn't think to ask her about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern.
Monica? Is everything okay?
Is the ribbon always white?
It's the same color.
I always thought it was like red or something for some reason.
No, it's always been like that pale blue.
I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend.
Huh? I've only known you for 3 days. What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend.
Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly.
What are you talking about?
But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization.
I left my folder here.
Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response.
I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that.
But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. Well, that's some rain.
The sky fell out.
I wanted to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy.
This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides,
Sayori looks mad.
things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish.
Man, way to set the mood. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things. But, as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friends. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy.
No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine.
Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something?
Promise you what?
Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Write the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise.
Me too.
As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry?
Huh? But what about recruitment?
It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know.
There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything.
That's fine. I think I just need, like... Okay, I was like, do I hear something? I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems.
Starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you.
Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good.
It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first, and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage, where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way. But it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning.
I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. Ahaha, I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down.
No, keep it.
What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot?
Yes. Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want.
But I was just, well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, you idiot. She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down that I'm mad at myself and then I did the exact thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to.
I believe in you.
Thanks, I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so intense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating.
I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems.
Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing with you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language.
Yay! Let's do it!
Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. So much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. The Pay Club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself, for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh!
Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica, just move your hand, Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. It's actually not bad. It's actually pretty deep. Monica slides the paper away from her pen, away from her, and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today.
I'm here.
Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk.
Bad day?
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
You too?
The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sayori takes a sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down and stares at it for a while.
Can I trust you?
Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it.
Sometimes I want to die.
Sayori.
This is really, really hard for me.
Her voice shakes.
So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me.
That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself.
That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop.
Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday.
I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you. More than I'm scared.
At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence.
I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy.
But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing.
It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that.
Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past.
I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone.
Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too?
I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me.
Monica feels a tightened sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice.
I'm so worthless. I'm worthless, and everyone would be better off without me.
She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek.
I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it.
The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest.
I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. Now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die.
As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now. She won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. This is being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them like any good friend would. You have so much value to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes.
I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others.
Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy.
Thanks. You're the best.
No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional?
It's scary. Since it's already so hard to tell people.
Yeah. Well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you.
Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would.
Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches.
Wow, that made me tired. And hungry.
Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it.
No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy.
Monica smiles.
But I might want to get a snack first.
Come here. You're a good girl.
Thanks.
All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway and then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar.
Dun dun dun.
I thought you were going to cry.
I came really close. Like, really close.
Paula Miner, staying focused on our goals. Oh, geez. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis performed should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate and experiment with their ability to change the contents of their VM? How is it elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our own universe? Bonus. How can we represent this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Unrelated note, whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and it runs a risk of drawing eyes.
I've.
Pictures.
Some lightning out
I wonder
there.
what this secret is. I'm missing a poem there. In there. Music. Hug energy.
Big hug energy.
Alright, that's trust. Do you want to do understanding or you want to do that another time?
I'm good right now.
Cool. Then we'll call it a night.
I think that was cute.
Apparently they're all like that, like wholesome.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be like that. I see a lot of pictures from like these two together. So I think that's going to be a big one. I think these are going to go really well together.
Yeah.
Because they both have that similar feelings, you know?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I'm not a Natsuki fan, so I don't know.
I'll bring that voice back with a vengeance.
Alright, we'll call it.
Wholesome.